Oh, here we go once again. Here we go. What's going on, ladies and gents? It's been a little while since we've done something like this, actually. So if you are in the building, make sure you say what's up so I can shout you out. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. This is live stream number 51. 5-1. Been doing this a little while, right? This year, 2022, there will be a little reduction in live streams. More so, there'll be a little bit less time. I'll be doing them for 30 minutes instead of 1 hour, but they'll still be twice a month. Something like that, more or less. What's going on, everybody? We got Charlie in the house. What's going on, Charlie, Sammy B, Frugal Faction, hashtag Frugal Faction in the building. What's going on? A Renaissance film. Did you spend the 99 cents yet? I ended up buying new boots. Believe it or not, I had to buy new boots. The old ones were in terrible shape, so I ended up just sucking it up and buying new boots after that TNA tryout. Who else do we have here? Jared's in the building. What's going on, Jared? Ashton's in the house. What's going on? Good to see you guys here. If you haven't already, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button like it owes you money. If you don't know, super chats make me dance and they help feed this channel. And we like to eat, right? Yeah, we like to eat. So what's going on with you guys? We got Tom in the house. What's going on, Tom? It's 2022. So I want to know, you guys got any resolutions? Do you have any New Year's plans, things that you want to change from this year that didn't happen last year? Let's talk about it. I'll tell you what I have in mind for this year. And yeah, I'm just very curious as to what you got. Let's see. Tom says, any shoestrings, if I can speak. Shishishi. Any shishishi. Any mashishi. Any shoestrings with those boots. I ended up buying some new boots. I think most of you guys know that by now. I ended up having, yeah, I was just like, you know what? It's a few $100s, which really hurt at the time. But after that audition, I said, you know what, Matt? It's either put up or shut up. Let me buy these boots, right? I appreciate that, Renaissance film. Thank you. Thank you so much. Charlie says, who's the most famous person you've wrestled so far? Definitely I had a 3-on-3 Legends versus Rookies match quite a while ago. I wouldn't even say Rookies. Legends versus Present Talent match where I fought against Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Nikolai Volkov, and Tito Santana in the same match. Let's see. Tom says, well, what's going on, Hazries? Welcome back. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Sammy B says, I took CBD to ease the pain. Then my cousin gave me candy. Okay. I asked that girl out and she said yes. Well, Sammy, I guess that gave you some, not liquid courage, but something along those lines. But that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling better no matter what it takes, right? Alpha Gabriel's in the house. What's going on? Hey, Matt, what's the cheapest workout routine you did when you were trained to be a wrestler? Easy. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about cheap workouts real quick. The easiest thing, the most important thing, especially when you're wrestling, is you got to get your cardio up. So run. You just got to run. Jumping jacks are great. Jogging's great. But running is the best thing you can do for your cardio. It'll help you in the ring so much. Other than that, you got to just do strength training exercise. Push-ups, crunches, squats, pick things up and put them down. It'll help. It'll help. Trust me. Let's see. Happy this is after school. Yes. So Hazries, that's one thing, I'll just tell everybody right now. I realized when I first started really getting involved with this channel, I would make the live stream start maybe around like 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in New York. So on like the West Coast, people would still be in school. It'd only be around 1 o'clock. So I started thinking, you know what, maybe on the East Coast I'll make it a little later, maybe 6:30 or something like that. That way if you're on the West Coast, it's not like at a crazy time where people are still at work or still in school, for the most part. Let's see. Mooley, what's going on, Mooley? Mooley has entered the chat. Are you still cheap? I'm always going to be cheap, man. I live cheap. I'll die cheap. Hashtag cheap for life. For life, for life, for life. Bruce says, that match you posted, you did a good job on your very first match. I appreciate that, Jared. That match was a long time ago. I mean, we're talking a really long time ago. But, yeah, I'm still proud of that match. Even though it was my first singles match and my first tag match. I think I posted both recently. I'm proud of both. What's my favorite team? Hazries, what sport are we talking about? Unfortunately for me, I always root for the New York Giants. And I'm often disappointed. But yeah, I would have to go with the Giants on that one. And I'm back on my weightlifting. I use heavy stones because it costs nothing, and I like the feel. I like the way that sounds. That sounds good. Have you watched Spider-Man No Way Home? And if you did, what's your thoughts? Okay, let's talk about Spider-Man No Way Home because I did see it. And don't mind me, guys. I have a little bit of a cold. Don't worry. It's just a cold. I got tested for some other things, but it's just a cold. I'm going to blow my nose with this tissue I've been working on for a little while. You know what's funny? I have like two handkerchiefs. And whenever I do the live stream, I always forget to bring one and put it next to me. I always end up having this balled up tissue here that I'm just going to use, Whatever. Judge me if you want, all right? Judge me if you'd like. Bring on the judgment. I'm going to blow my nose during the live stream. So, okay. Let's talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. My opinion. My opinion is very different from a lot of other people's opinion. My opinion was it wasn't a great movie, but it had great moments. The movie itself as a whole, I was like, all right. It was decent. It was pretty good. But the moments themselves were so cool. I thought William Dafoe coming back as the Green Goblin was so dope. I thought he was great. By the way, spoiler alert, the movie's been out for a little while, so if you haven't seen it and you don't want spoilers, now's the time to do that. I thought Andrew Garfield saving Mary Jane was good redemption for his character after what happened in his movies with Gwen. Just having all the villains there at the same time, having Doc Ock back, and those sort of things were so cool. Nostalgia is always cool, always gives a great feeling. But as a whole, I just thought the movie was all right. Like, I don't know. There's things that I would have changed or made it a little bit better. Jared says, were you sore after that match? It was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure I was sore. Mooley says, I'm guessing you're using your money now because those pop figures in the background are expensive. All right, so I get this question a lot. A lot of people ask me about the pop filters. The pop figures. So I help run a recording studio, which is one of the jobs that I have, a few jobs, but this is one of them, where I record different artists, and the studio is called Pop Filter Studios. So the gimmick of the studio is we have pop filters in here. Pop filters. What's wrong with me today? My mind is like, crazy! So crazy! Not pop filters. Well, we do have pop filters. But we have pop figures in here. So, yeah, it's kind of the gimmick of the studio. A lot of times artists come and they bring one. They're like, Matt, I know you're into these pop guys. I saw this and I thought of you. And they'll bring it. I'm not saying I haven't bought any of them, but the amount that I've actually bought myself, very few and far between. I think in the next live stream, because I wasn't really prepared today, but in the next live stream, I'll show you all the ones I got for Christmas, because I got let me see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have some Transformers pops right here. Those are all new. I have Optimus Prime, Megatron, Shockwave, Starscream, Soundwave. I did not pay for any of those pops. They were all gifts. When people say, Matt, what do you want for Christmas? I go, pop figures. That's what I want for Christmas. So, yeah. Hazri says, Mooly, you must be new. Yeah, listen. That's just, everyone asked that question at first, so it's all good. It's all good. Hazri says, I think it was a great movie, but not a masterpiece. That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Why was that deleted? Well, I don't know. How did you feel about AEW Battle of the Belts and WWE Day 1? And what was your favorite match out of both? So I actually did not see AEW Battle of the Belts, but I did see Day 1. Day 1 I thought was really good because it was a wrestling pay-per-view. Like, the matches were really good matches. So, off the top of my head, which was my favorite match? Ooh, not Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, even though it was a good match. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Because I had one in mind, but I don't remember. But I do, as a whole, remember liking the pay-per-view a lot. Bryant says, what's up? What's going on, Bryant? Welcome to the live stream. Bryant's in the house. I think you missed something else about No Way Home. Who else came back? Oh, I mean, a lot of people came back, man. I just didn't want to give it all away, you know? Norman's in the house. What's going on, Norman? Welcome to the live stream. Norman is in the building. What's going on? So, yes, live streams, they used to be 1 hour long. We're reducing them to only 30 minutes. Still be 2 a month. Still be 2, but only 30 minutes long. And the reason for that was Last year, we made them an hour. And after a while, I was like, well, there's not much. How long do I have to talk for? There's only so much to say, right? There's only so much to say that can be carried on to the next live stream. But, yeah. So let's talk 2022. New Year just came around. What do you guys have in mind? Are there things you want to accomplish? Things that you have planned? Things that, you'd like to see happen in this new year? Mooley says, I have 2 questions to ask if you don't mind. How much did TLC pay you? And it also looks like you have your own house now, do you? So yes, so TLC, I can't tell you exactly how much they paid me, but I will say it's not as much as people probably think. I'll just say it that way. I didn't go out of there rich. No. But the other question as far as the new home, yeah. I used to live with my mom and my brother, but now I actually live with my wife. Yeah, wife. Somebody married this guy. Can you believe it? Somebody married me. But yes, I live with my wife now. We have our own home. I have a baby. Believe it or not. Yeah, like fresh newborn, only 4 months old. So life is good. Things have changed, Things have changed. Fun fact. This is from Hazard's. Fun fact, Spider-Man wasn't supposed to have Venom and was supposed to be Vulture. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It only makes sense, in my opinion, to have Venom 3. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. So, it seems like Tom Holland, his trilogy of Spider-Man movies is finished. That there will not be another Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. But that doesn't mean Tom Holland can't appear in other movies as Spider-Man. So I'm kind of thinking if they can pull it off, they should have Tom Holland, Spider-Man, be in the new Venom movie, Venom 3. I feel like that'd be the perfect way to wrap up Venom as a trilogy, Eventually, I feel like he should be in Morbius. I'm looking forward to that one. You guys looking forward to Morbius? I feel like it looks really dope. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? You guys, hey, Brock as WWE champion is pure gold. Yeah, so no worries. No need to apologize. I see why you're apologizing, but it's all good, Jared. So a lot of people were skeptical about Brock coming back as a top babyface. But if you're skeptical about Brock's charisma, mic skills, and ability to be fun, then you didn't watch him when he started in WWE. Because if you go back and watch his segments with Eddie Guerrero or his segments with Kurt Angle, Brock has a lot of personality. So I'm very glad that they switched him over to babyface. Because, his heel gimmick was getting a little stale. Now he's able to have a more bubbly personality and kind of show his charisma while also still being a bad mofo. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Sony has no respect for their directors. It doesn't sound like it, Tom. Brian says, thoughts on Seth Rollins' name being changed? I really don't like it. Brian, what did they change Seth Rollins' name to? Because there's certain things in wrestling that I might end up being behind on, so I might need to ask you guys. But yeah, what did Seth Rollins change his name to? Oh no, there goes the money. Good for you, man. Also, you replied to my comment on Daz Games video a few months ago. Oh, dope. And for the record, a lot of people always ask me like, oh, are you and Daz cool? Listen, Daz and I are just fine. We are looking forward to having a match, hopefully one day, post-COVID. He said some things, I've said some things, and I think there's only one way to settle it, and that is in the squared circle. And I think that would be dope if it happened, right? Hazri says, Matt, you're wrong. Tom is having another trilogy. Okay, see, I heard that. Originally. And I was telling everyone, friends, family, no, he's coming out with another 3 movies. They signed Tom Holland on for more movies. And then I read about it, and I heard that rumor was false. So I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Raimi didn't like the character Venom because he felt he lacked a sense of humanity. Interesting. Morbius will be to string for Spider... What? Isn't that the point of Venom? He literally corrupted the host's mind. Yeah, and let's talk about Venom for a second. So, to be honest with you guys, I didn't like the Venom movies. I didn't like them at all. I'm probably older than most people here. So I actually like read comic books. You know, I read comic books and watched the animated series of these things way before the first Spider-Man movie even came out. So Venom, they made him so goofy. He's like, Venom wants cookies. I'm like, since when did Venom become the cookie monster? What is this? Venom's not supposed to be a joke. You know, like, Venom's not supposed to be a joke at all. Venom is supposed to be a serious problem. So why is he like, Venom hungry, feed Venom? I'm like, what kind of Venom is this? So I'm not a huge fan of how they've had Venom in the movies so far at all. Like, at all. Let's see. Hazri says, I don't watch wrestling anymore. I understand. It's all good. I mean, Daz has lost weight now, but I think you two could because of the weight difference. Okay. I don't think you could. Nah, we could. We can make it happen. They changed it to Seth freaking Rollins. Is his name actually changed, or is that just a little nickname? I don't like them either. I thought they were too tame. Yeah, they're like kind of soft, you know? Kato is here. Kato on the track. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's just what it reminded me of as soon as I saw it. Are you still cheap? And will you try out for AEW, Impact, WWE, MLW, GCW, ROH, NJPW, AJPW, or others? Woo! Kato, that was a mouthful. Okay, so I am still cheap. I will always be cheap. Now, here's a big thing. Some of you guys might not have seen this video, but on the last episode that I did at the end of... Actually, I think it came out on New Year's. I did a video. It was the season finale of how to become a pro wrestler. And during that video, I announced that I am unsure about me and my future in professional wrestling. And then I came out with a video... Apparently I just can't speak today, so I'm going to speak like that to you guys for the rest of the stream. And hopefully you guys have like a Google Translator or something going on. So in the New Year's video, I said that I actually don't know if I will ever be returning to professional wrestling. And I think a lot of people were really disappointed to hear that. You know, they wanted to see me on AEW Dark, or maybe an Impact again, get another shot. I don't know. You know what? We'll say this. Let's talk about this a little bit. Well, you know what? I see a lot of people are talking about the Venom thing. So let's go back to Venom, and then Kato, I will talk more about that. Okay. Matt, Venom is like a child. Yeah. I don't know what that's... Eddie Brock and Venom are meant to be the bad guys. Yeah, and so in the comics and in video games, different parts of the series, whatever... There are times where Venom has been like an anti-hero and he does assist Spider-Man and has been a good guy. I even think in certain comics, and I might be crazy here, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, in certain comics, he actually even joins the Avengers. Yes, Venom in the Avengers. However, the origins of Venom, he's a bad dude. You know, the origins of Venom are a lot more similar to Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, where he, you know, gets taken over. But the thing is, Venom likes to take the dark side of you. You know, so if you have a dark side, it likes to bring it out and use it to kind of take over. You know, it uses... Venom is like a parasite, and it hosts on whatever darkness you have as a person. So Eddie Brock, as a person, wasn't an evil person, but he was a bitter person. He was an angry person. He was an upset person. And he was upset at Peter Parker. So when the Venom went on him and used him as a host, that anger, that rage, that jealousy of Peter Parker took over. And Venom was able to use that and completely control Eddie Brock's body. And that's what Venom does. It's not like this little piece of you that's like, I want cookies. Like, no. Like, what is that? Like, what? You know? And I don't even like the voice that they use for Venom, because it kind of sounds like Cookie Monster. And I'm like, Venom shouldn't sound like Cookie Monster. He has more of like, we are Venom. You know, like he has a voice like that. So I just don't like the way they did Venom at all. I really didn't. I know I just talked so much about Venom. But I'm a huge, if you guys don't know this, I'm a huge comic book buff. I love my Marvel and my DC, so if there's anything you guys ever want to talk about that, I could talk about it forever. Let's see, Eddie Brock and Venom. Meant to be the bad guy. Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man 3's Venom was 100 times more evil. Yes, yes. And I didn't love the way they did his. Topher Grace, first of all, should have never been Venom. And like, his Venom was almost like a creature. It's like more alien-like. First of all, I feel like he was very small and like, and like almost like an evil cat. So I don't think either one quite has it right. Maybe if they combined the two and took the best of Topher Grace's Venom and Tom Hardy's Venom and meshed it, maybe they would get the perfect Venom. But I don't really think they hit the nail on the head. Do you think Batista could play Bane in a Batman film? Yes, absolutely. Batista would actually be a really good choice for Bane. Although he is getting older. And I will say this. He has admitted that he doesn't want to play Drax anymore. Because as he's getting older, he just doesn't want to maintain that physique anymore. He doesn't want to be as big. So I don't know if he really can play Bane at this point. Seth versus Roman at the Royal Rumble will be a good match if Roman accepts the challenge. So it'll be an excellent match. But it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, why are they fighting? They're on opposite brands. Like, what's the point of splitting the brands when you could just pick and choose whoever you want? Listen. And, alright, going back to Kato's question about me wrestling. Yeah, I don't know. It's up in the air. We'll have to see if that's what the future holds, being a brand new father. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me tell you guys something about me that not everybody knows. My dream since I was 5 years old. I've had one dream. Most people think that it's to be a professional wrestler. But that's not true. Nope. That's not true. My dream since I was 5 years old was to make a living entertaining. So I've done acting, I've done music, I've done wrestling, and now I've been doing YouTube, which I actually really love. I never thought I would love this, but I really have fallen in love with it. So there's a chance that this might be right here what I do for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So, and I know to some people that's really disappointing to hear because they wanted to, see me make it on a major promotion. I just don't know if that's who I am anymore. You know what I mean? If that is my goal or if that is my dream. So I got to give it a little time, kind of figure some things out. Now, I see you guys have said a whole bunch of things. Let's see here. Did you know Tom Hardy voiced Venom as well as being Eddie? No, I did not know that, Mooley. I had no idea. Sammy B says, I was too cheap, so I bootleg Spider-Man. Don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Matt, would you rather have Wolverine's power or be Batman? Ooh, I'm going to say have Wolverine's power. Do you think Andrew Garfield is getting a third movie? That question's from Bryant, and I'm going to say absolutely. They would be dumb to not give him a third movie at this point. I think Andrew Garfield got a lot of slack for The Amazing Spider-Man. People didn't love it. If they had to put it on a tier, they usually put it on the bottom. But I think him being in this movie, No Way Home, people saw redemption for his character. They wanted to root for him a little bit more. And I think people realized that it wasn't Andrew Garfield that they disliked. It was the movie themselves that weren't very good. It was the writing. It wasn't really him. So I think at this point, yeah, it would be genius for him to have his own movie, right? And for him to find his Mary Jane. The other two Spider-Men found love. And he lost love. And I think it's time for him to find it again. Even Tobey Maguire says, don't worry, you'll find it again. So I feel like, yeah, they need to have a new movie. For sure. Let's see. I hope Tobey gets Spider-Man 4, says Tom. Now, if they do a Spider-Man 4, I do think it needs to be like almost like a very futuristic, not futuristic in the sense of like the year is 3000, no. But just like an older, kind of withered Spider-Man. Almost like they did with Wolverine and Logan. Kind of like a Spider-Man who's seen some ish. He's seen some ish. I'm going to use ish because, I don't like to curse on the live stream. Let's see. All right, I see you guys have said a few things here. Hazri says, do I think WWE should be one brand again? If they keep releasing people, yeah. If they keep releasing people, I think it should go back to one brand. B-Fam, Cheapskates 2022, back to the ring, petition signing is open. Oh my gosh. If you guys started a petition, that would be hilarious. B-Fam, I would love to see how many names get on that. Venom, speak of the devil, says, I thought your dream was to be a professional bacon eater like me. That's my fourth dream for sure. Jared says, I know this is random, but I really wish they would make a Hulk movie starring Mark Ruffalo. So here's another thing. I also don't love Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. I think he does a good job, but I don't know if I would like to see a whole movie starring Mark Ruffalo. He's kind of awkward to me, and I don't know. To be honest, I really liked Edward Norton as the Hulk. I thought he was a great Hulk. Toby ain't too old. They could do a Logan style film. Exactly. Mooley says, in the UK, so I'm going to have to go. Mooley, but thank you for joining us, especially all the way from the UK. I appreciate it. We only have a few minutes left on this live stream, so I'm going to try to answer these questions right here. The Amazing Spider-Man movies had the poorest villains. I think they did as far as how they were built. I think Electro and the Lizard are fine villains. I think they're some of Spider-Man's most menacing villains. But I just think that they didn't present them in a great way. I'll say this. They did such a good job of improving Jamie Foxx's Electro. I thought his look was great. I thought that, we talked about moments. I thought that when he, charged and used his power, he almost had that star of electricity, which if you guys don't know, the original Electro costume, he literally had a star of electricity over his face. But I almost liked that. It almost was just like a burst. So you just saw it for a moment. It wasn't like an actual mask, I thought that was a really cool nod to the original Electro. All the actors are old unless they did some CGI. Would be expensive and would take a long time. Would be better to do an animated movie. Nah, I don't know about an animated movie. What I am looking forward to, though, speaking of animated Spider-Man, is the new Miles Morales movie. I was pleasantly surprised at the first one, Into the Spider-Verse, and I thought it was really good. I was like, nah, this is nice. It's actually really nice. Dream Doll's in the house. What's going on, Dream Doll? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Brian says Marvel has the best movies, but DC has the best series. Interesting. Okay. Tom says, new idea, multiverse Hulk movie with Ruffalo, Norton, and Eric Bana. I wouldn't be upset at it. Hazri says, I'm fine, unless they don't go with the original plot. Okay. So let's talk about something else, and I will release a video about this in the next couple of weeks. Who do you guys predict to win the men and women's Royal Rumble? Who do you guys predict to win the Royal Rumble? Who do you want to see? Who do you think's going to win? I'll tell you my opinion after I find out some of yours. I'm curious. Who do we see? Who's winning it? Who's going to WrestleMania to go for the world titles? Mark and Norton Hulk are the same but different actor. True. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button. Bam! Like it owes you money. Give that like button a little backhand. A little bow. But yeah, I'm curious. We only got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left of this live stream. Who is winning the Royal Rumble? Tell me. I need to know. Tom says, Hazari's, imagine an alternate reality where Raimi movies were never ruined by Sony and Toby got his 6 films and become part of the Avengers. Perfection. All right. For the men Rumble, of course, the Great Khali. And for the women, of course, the Great Khali. Hazari's, I could not agree more. The Great Khali deserves to win both Royal Rumbles, especially the women's. Oh, and if you guys don't know, we still have time, right? I have one person in mind that I think is actually going to win the women's. But I don't know about the men's yet. Men's, I'm not sure. Women's, I have in my head. I have someone that I think is going to do it. Pretty sure. Anyway, we got 20 seconds left of this live stream, so let's start wrapping things up. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. The live streams are only going to be 30 minutes from now on. Only 30 minutes, and then we wrap things up. So, yeah, exactly. Great Khali's got this. I think he actually will win the women's championship and give Charlotte a nice chop to her cranium. Ladies and gents, I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. It's been real. Thank you for joining me on this live stream, and I will see you guys real soon. It's time to make change, baby. Peace! Yamcha is a jobber. You leave Yamcha alone. Leave Yamcha alone, man. Come on. Come on!